Hi guys, welcome back to Work Progress Change. I'm Karen.
I'm Jimmy.
And today we're doing a fun video on firsts. So we're going to ask ourselves some questions, or ask each other some questions about firsts. So, okay. What was the name of your first street that you lived in?
First Street. First Street.
Mine was Corbett. So.
Mine was boring. It was like Oyster Cove Road. So Oyster Cove.
Oyster Cove. Nice. Well, they make good for, your Star Wars name, how you've got to take your first name of the street that you lived in, your first pet. First pet's name. And what was your pet?
It was a goldfish and her name was Goldie. Very original.
Better than fishy, swimmy.
Oh, and can I say I killed her accidentally.
You murderer!
Because I dropped a metal lighter into the water and there must have been some toxin and she died.
A lighter. So fuel.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Sorry. Mine was a cat named Tiger.
Nice.
That was the first cat that I can remember because I got him as a kitten. But apparently we had a cat named Socks before Tiger, so...
And what was your first street? Did you say street?
Corbett.
Corbett Street.
It was an avenue. It wasn't a street.
Oh, Corbett Avenue.
Corbett
So
Avenue.
what's your Star Wars name? Corbett.
Socks Corbett.
Socks Corbett. So mine's
Or Tiger Corbett.
Goldie Oyster Cove. Sounds like a porn name.
I'm Goldie in your Oyster Cove. What was your first car that you actually owned, not that you got to drive?
Oh, first car, I don't even want to say. It was...
A Tirana.
No.
A Datsun.
No.
Commodore.
A Volvo.
71st.
It cost me $200 and it was a tank and I loved it. It looked like a...
What colour was it?
Maroon. It was a oblong. No. What's an oblong called now? A rectangle. I drove an oblong car.
It was a hexagon.
And I had it forever and
Four
ever
circles
and
on the bottom.
And it was great. It was a great car.
I bet you were bitching driving it
Oh,
around.
yeah. I was cool, man. Yeah, I was cool. With my Spice Girl tapes.
And how old were you when you bought it?
18.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I got to use everybody else's cars, so I didn't have to buy one until I was about 23, 24, and that was the indestructible Ford Fiesta, which then became
I bought the
Jamie's
Fiesta.
car.
Oh, that was a great car.
It
Loved
was a beast.
It was a great car.
It was a beast.
Yeah.
For a little 3-door car that was just...
Yeah.
It drove like a 4-wheel drive. It was
great.
just
And Karen
fantastic.
was a rally driver and could keep up, so it was a good little car.
It was a beast.
It was, yeah.
How old were you when you first had stitches? From an injury, obviously.
Well, not an injury, but I was actually 29.
Mm-hmm.
So not that long ago. Because I had a dermapoint piercing. Don't know if you remember me having that. And it just didn't kind of gel and they couldn't remove it. So they had to cut it out, give me a local and cut it out. And then I had 2 stitches. So it's the only time I've ever had it.
Nice. Well, my stitches were from wisdom teeth removal. And that was when I was about 22. So...
Nice.
I haven't actually had any stitches from injuries. They've all been operations that I've gone in for. Yeah, medical related. Yeah. So, fingers crossed that stays the same. No injuries. Again, next one is first broken bones. And I have not broken a bone. It feels like I have in my little toe. But that's, it was never broken.
No, I haven't either. Although, I don't consider it a break or not. But I remember when I was in year 4 and I was swinging off the monkey bars.
Don't we all have a monkey bar's tale to tell?
Yeah. And I kind of swung, like...
No, they're not in schools anymore.
Yeah. I swung out, and then as I swung back, you know how you have the ladder bit that you could climb up?
Yes.
Well, as I swung back, my feet got caught, and then I couldn't hold myself up, so I kind of caught my feet and come down that way.
Yep.
And I remember I kind of landed like that. And I didn't have any pain or anything, but they put me in a cast. So I don't... Because a break would be painful, I'd imagine.
Well,
Apparently, there's a tiny little bone in my wrist. So.
Well, when Mum broke her ankle, she walked on it for about a kilometre to get to the chemist and was like, my foot's really sore. And because you fractured your ankle. So
there we go. So I broke my wrist.
Okay. In year 4?
Year 4.
Oh. First concert?
Don't want to say.
Mine was, I must have been about 4 or 5, and it was the Cockroaches. Who then, several of them went on to become the Wiggles.
That's true. That's true.
But that, as I say, that was decades ago now. And yeah, I do remember the Cockroaches, but the next concert, my first official concert was, I think my first one was Roxette. So, yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Love Roxette.
Well, my first concert was Lee Kernaghan.
And for those who are not Australian, Lee Kernaghan is a
country and western singer. And he's very good. I didn't know any of his music. I just went and tagged along with a group of cousins. So I didn't know any of Lee's songs, but he does do a really good concert.
Nice, that's good.
And then the first big international concert I kind of went to was with my sister. We went to see Nickelback. And that was very cool. They threw beer at us.
And then I don't think it was too short after that we saw Pink. And
we've been to see her every concert since.
Yes.
So, yeah. That girl gets better and better.
She does. First job. First paid job.
Well, Teletech, when I met you.
Did you work at a service station?
Oh, yeah, sorry. First paid job. No, sorry. Jump back a few years. Sorry, I can't remember what that is. Yeah,
I'm his accountability. I'm his lie detector.
Yeah. I worked in a service station near my home in Beresford. I started off there as what's an outside person, like a maintenance, gardener, groundskeeper Willie type of a person. And that kind of upgraded to, well, it wasn't an upgrade because it was still cleaning, but then that moved from outside to inside cleaning, and then...
Oh, I don't know what would be worse.
Inside would be worse. It was feral. And then they were short-staffed and they kind of chucked me on behind the register to do a couple of night shifts, which, yeah, I didn't do very well. And then after that, my proper job that I consider a proper job was Teletech.
Yeah.
When I met you, so I was 23.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Well, my first paid job was babysitting, and that was where I thought I wanted my direction to go.
I wanted to get into childcare, actually.
It was a case of, no, I just don't think I have...
What it takes to know.
Yeah, I don't know, I just... thought, nah.
Something like that.
I was really good at the course. I was getting really good marks and really good praise, but it was just something I just didn't want to do. And from there, I went to work in a just a little cafeteria thing at the bowling alley, and then but first career job was a receptionist for a legal office. So talk about crazy stuff. But anyway, yes. Did you ever cut class, and when was the first time you did it?
I did. I became...
That's why we're kindred spirits.
Very... when I say rebellious, it was one day, and it was... I hated sports carnivals at school. Hated. I did not participate. I wasn't a sports person, and it was just boring. And I went into... If my cousin Melinda is ever watching this, she was such a bad influence on me. And I cut school and went into Newcastle with
Peer
her.
Pressure.
It was. I went into Newcastle and I thought it was really cool because I like really cool kids at school, and it was just a lot of fun. And then we got back to school to catch the bus home, and they all ran, and I got in trouble off a teacher, and they all bailed on me.
Bastards.
So yeah, year 10, 16 I was.
Oh, well, brace yourself. I think I was in year 2, and I went and hid behind the toilet block. Not in the toilets, but behind the toilet block, because I didn't like one of the teachers. And I can't remember what the class was, but I was like, I'm just going to cut class. And, yeah.
Year 2.
Year 2. And then became a wagger, even bigger, in year 9 and 10.
Yeah. I think it's you just do that in high school. I think it's just part of school.
Yeah. I think it was, because Mum started working, so she wasn't able to, see us off in the morning because she was always gone. And, we were supposed to be home hours before she came home. But, that wasn't when I was in year 2. That was, a teenager. But it's going to be interesting if my boys try and cut class.
You'll know what to look out for.
It's, interesting times. Mm-hmm. First kiss. Again, mine was in year 2. Mitchell, someone.
Geez,
Isn't that terrible? I can't even remember his name. Such a scrag.
I'm so bored. I was really shy, like incredibly shy. So my first, I was like 22.
That's all right. It's cute.
22 when I had my first kiss.
Bless. Still on the school line. What was the first note home from school and what was it for? Mine was for wagging. Funny that.
I don't think I ever got... No, I never had a note home.
I don't think I had notes home for wagging. It was more on the report card saying, Karen's a lovely girl, but she just needs to stop talking.
Yeah, how funny. I was the same. Mine would be like, Jamie is a good student, would, take more out of the lessons if he didn't giggle as much in his class, didn't talk so much, wasn't so talkative. They all commented on how creative I was, and I apparently had a very wild imagination.
Nice.
But I wasn't academic, to say the least. So, yeah.
Creative people never are.
No.
First speeding fine.
Never had one.
Nice.
I've only been breathalyzed like twice, I think, the whole time I've had my license.
And what'd you get on those? Zero.
Because I don't drink.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Glossing over the speedy fine section.
More than one?
I have not lost my license. No, yeah, more than one, but I've not
You've
lost...
not lost points?
I lost points, but... I didn't lose my license. I haven't lost my license. But they were all for, like, the little things, like, speeding is bad, I get it, but it was always, like, 15 and under. So either I was doing 60 in a 50 zone or something like that because it goes by that bracket. So 0 to 15 and then 15 to 30. And I've never... I have never done that. And I 2 of the places you'd think I'd learn, but 2 of the fines came from the same place. And it's on a hill. So you're coming down from doing 110, which was the zone.
Yeah.
And you had to come down to 80.
And you're coming down, yeah.
And there was no, it says 80 ahead and then 80. So you had to, slam on the brakes while you're trying to go downhill. And the flash. So, yeah, I got done. And one of them was on a long weekend. So here in Australia, in New South Wales, we have double demerits. So, yeah, copped it there. Mm-hmm. But again, it was my own fault. I thought it was a 80 zone when it was a 70 zone. So, flash. Yeah. It was not good. And to finish off, what is the first thing you do in the morning when you wake up? Mine is get up and go pee.
Yeah,
overshare.
Well, the very first thing, that's the second thing I do because I always get up. I don't think I do it on purpose, but I always wake up and crack all of my toes. Like I flex my toes and crack all my toes. And then
get up and go.
Get up and pee. Then,
so someone's going to say, don't you open your eyes? And it's like, no. I've been able to change bums, remake beds, make bottles, all while having my eyes shut. So, no, that's usually when I've woken up. So, yes. Fabulous. That's our first. So, share with us what your firsts were. And, yeah.
Tell us about it. Comment, let us know.
Fabulous.
Interesting.
Have fun.
Guys, see ya.
See ya. Bye.